Oh, hello, it's Path of Exile again, and today I'll be covering some repetitive things, I guess, some basic things. So I went out and replaced my gear with an IIQ and IIR gear, and I replaced both faster casting on Wither and Contagion for item rarity on Contagion, and basically on a chest opening or a barrel opening spell. And if you meet some masters,
there's some creatures out there that aren't killing each other fast enough.
It's a good idea to level them up.
For this hunt,
this master I've leveled to level 5. When you reach level 6, level 6, they give you another upgrade to your hideout. At level 3 you can open your first hideout, and upgrading your hideout gives you bigger master capacity, up to 4 masters. Currently I have 3 masters in my hideout. I'll go ahead and complete this mission. I'm sitting at 37 quantity and 166% rarity, and dropping some quantity for rarity. I got quantity on these. You can get up to 21, I saw on PoE trade. Maybe even it goes higher. And this belt doesn't give too much. I think 8 is the maximum percent. And this thing gives a little bit, as well. And there's the Thief's Torment, 16%. But other than that, I have all my resistance on this helmet now. So completing these missions for masters, quite a fun thing to do. You can also, let's see if I can do this. You can also go to global chat channel. You just open your chat by pressing enter. Don't die to critters. And type global space 820. And there people share their masters. Ooh, moonstone rain. Let's see. I completed the mission, so I need to go back and talk to the master. I don't know if it's mandatory or if I get the XP. But basically, this skill looks like this. It helps to open barrels, and dungeon maps, for example, have a lot of those small crates. And if you go to Brutus again, you can check out that the passage leading to him contains a lot of chests that are very painful, to open them manually. But I got this Shock Nova level 1. It just breaks the crates open. I'm thinking about switching Whirling Blades for Lightning Call. Not Lightning Call, but Lightning Warp. I'm using also a teleporter, Portal Scroll. Alright. Well, I might as well, show you that yes. Each master has a daily mission.
Another day in the land of plenty.
It's just guaranteed, you don't need to go around the maps finding them. I've tried going into docks. There's also, I don't know if I've included this link in previous videos, but there's also like a Reddit page, but it redirects to this forum post. They list like mud flats, the archives, the docks. I've tested docks, and they, the masters don't spawn that often, so it's really hard. So joining other people
You wish to speak with
and
me?
just sharing their daily missions is a great way to, you know, it won't be quick, but getting up to level 6 is, you know, you start to feel that it's getting slow, but getting to level 5 or level 4 is relatively fast, like 8 or 10 missions, you know. And also, if you go to your directory, crap. So basically, on your PC, you know, you go to your whatever is your main drive. You go to users. For me, it's my username. Then you go to documents and my games, Path of Exile. And there, if you place a ZiggyDtv filter, I'm using this filter, which is basically a bit more modified Ziggy loot filter. I didn't edit much on this filter, so basically I highlighted Orb of Chance, Jeweler's Orb, which ZiggyDtv didn't have, and also some flasks, you know, like all the ruby, sapphire, topaz flask, amethyst flask that are above level 60 and below quality, and rarity, normal rarity, magic and up. Just a different color, that's all. Yeah, so quite useful. And if you go into your game, go into options, UI, scroll down, so you can select your, you know, which item filter to use. So you basically place the file in that path, and then you go into game and you load it up. This bench 5 link. You need to level up your master to unlock more of these crafting methods. So I've been using like this a lot to link. For link an item, you just place something here, and don't forget to, you know, take it out again, because I've done, you know, crafting a lot of the times. I've just, you know, whatever, craft, and then I just go away, but the item, you know, it doesn't function like, I think it Titan Quest, it automatically after every crafting moved your item. So when you know, click away, it stays in this spot, just like maps do, you know. And also these little fragments, I suggest you keep them. Where is it now? I had a midnight, but I wasted it. Oh well. So basically, I have them aligned here. And if you go to Google and search for it, for wall fragments? Oh, I guess they are. So basically, if you go to here, you can you can well, read that, find out that this wall fragment is actually a map on its own, and it will open a map to a corrupted area. And this perk levels up as you level Zona Master. So you can open it. You can open up a new map to you know, in the hopes of, it's really short, so you know, in hopes of getting a fragment of midnight, sacrifice at midnight. And if you go into trade, I'd like to cover that as well. I found a new way, you know, always try improving. Just go to PoE trade, finding new ways how to search for items you need. You type in your level. I think I'm at 82 now. Not sure. No, not yet. 81. So I'll filter out any items that are not for my character. I'll check online only, you know, all the people that are indexed right now. I'll select a buyout. For example, I don't have an exalted orb, so I don't need expensive items. I had an exalted orb drop, but I used it to purchase this amulet, I think, which gave a 61% to rarity. What else? Oh, I guess I go map and show you sacrifice. Huh? Oh, right. No, fragment. Fragment. Yeah, it's a fragment, it's not a map. And I'll show you that, you know, list them by price, that they go for chaos, so maybe, I don't know how many people buy these, but they're quite expensive. And midnight goes for 7C or 10C. Let's see, midnight 9C. Yeah, this cheapest one is 7C. So, you know, that's an option. But most of the time I think I can complete the chaos recipe. Let's see. Nope, not really. I need an amulet. I only have a lot of rings. And what you do with, you know, with white flasks, I keep them around for, you know, to use transmutation orb once, and that's it. And if you get a good roll, like this one is good a roll. I'm using panicked. Of heat. So whenever I'm frozen in place, I can just hit the flask and move out of the way. I'm using this one for adrenaline and for evasion, but I rarely remember to. But sometimes when your health like drops dramatically, you know, all your energy shield and half your health gone, you just automatically look for that hotkey on your keyboard, or somehow, you know. But basically, you use an augmentation when it's not a complete roll, so only bubbling of something. You know, for example, of warding would be good to remove curses. But on its own, this flask is good for levels, you know, like these, to complete Merciless. But going into serious maps like 71, level 71 and up, the damage is quite hard in those maps. So either seating or bubbling, and staunching flasks are really good. And I'm also keeping these other flasks in the collection just for, you know, so I can, you know, use an alteration orb on them whenever, anytime. Better demonstrate on this flask because ample doesn't give me much. On these flasks, saturated mod would be nice because it increases, well, it reduces the recovery speed, so it's good for these type of flasks, because Avengers of Dowsing, yeah, it's a good roll. You know, dowsing is, I don't know, not too useful, I guess, but these flasks are better off with increased duration, so reduced recovery speed. And also, a lot of people don't know that you can, if you click an item while holding Ctrl Alt, it links you to the chat, so you need to have the chat open, I think. Yeah. Oh, you don't even need to have the chat open. You just click the item whenever. And it's like, yeah, it's like and other people just can check your item out without you sharing it. You know, it's good before arranging a trade, I guess. If the price isn't set and you're like, okay. And I bet you would find out most of these tips just by playing, but if you, oh, wow. If you find the map, you know, like without mods, first you chisel it up. 4 chisels should do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you alch it. That's why I keep a stack of alchemy orbs around, but I'll use this one. And then you run the map. Fire resistance, lightning resistance. I'm using essence drain and contagion, so it's chaos damage. So lightning resistance doesn't. And bloodlines mod, I'll show you. If you go to Zana Master information page, you scroll down to the mods. Like for example, bloodlines. You want to find out what bloodlines does? Good luck, because Magic Monster Packs have bloodlines mod. That's it. Click on it to find out more. Oh, I guess it's here. But still, the bloodlines was a hardcore challenge league. Each pack had a shared bloodline mod that greatly influenced combat, sometimes while the pack December. Let's see what the bloodlines mod spawned that make magic rare monsters. Each monster has a chance to spawn in all leagues. Merchant. Oh. Every mob slowly builds an animated guardian that can't be killed. Oh yeah, I've seen these. Oh, they're quite dangerous if they bond of chaos. Monsters are close. They have an ancestral bond-like beam between each other, dealing heavy chaos damage. Give 1 chance of corrupting blood. Oh yeah, that gives you, has a buff to elemental damage being near amplifies to you on death. Each monster starts stone call like bomb of the. Oh yeah, I've seen these, I think. Oh, so that's what they were. Beam pulse between the mobs in the pack. You are hit by it, it deals damage. Light, rare item, the same type. Killed grants a vigor charge. Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, once again, I've talked to somebody and he recommended me to use tier 4 to 7 maps to level up your character faster, starting from somewhere level 80. If you continue to run Dried Lake, you can get up to level 80 and even beyond, because I don't know, you know, all these changes are hard to keep up. But once again, let's go to, you know, improving our you know, skills at using this tool, the trading tool, because a lot of people still don't know. Let's delete that. And if we search for a map, alright, and to specify a map tier, you use this thing, level tier minimum, for example 4. We'll search for all the cheap maps and let's see what we have. 0.5 chisel. I don't know how you pay that. But basically, yeah, and if you click here you can sort them by level instead of by price. And we can also, you know, specify, let's see, chaos sword. What do we have? the best map for Chaos Orb goes for, you know, level 8. So you can buy a level 8 map. Actually, I have one or two maps here somewhere. The biggest I have is 11. That was from a drop, or from, I don't know. I should actually try a level 7 map or level 9, but not with this gear. If I swap out my gear, yeah, well, it takes a little bit of time. So if I swap out my gear, oh well, I will do the skills later. I could use a more defensive amulet, I guess, but if I swap out my gear, I get this. Resistance is... huh? Oh. Okay, elemental resistance is maxed. A lot of extra fire resistance. So if I get an element, I still have maxed. Defense wise, 3.3, 3.4. Oh yeah, I need to cast the aura. Let's do that right now. Huh? Oh. Yeah, so this is my maximum defense. I use gear with intelligence to it, like this thing and these gloves I got with intelligence. I just thought it would increase my mana a bit and shield, but I guess putting intelligence into it, I don't know. Well, it helps with the energy shield, +1 for every 5 intelligence. So yeah, with this gear I would try and run a level 9 map, level 8 map, just to, you know, continue getting XP, progressing the character. And I'm also in the process of trying this, some kind of build for a witch. It's very similar to what I'm using now. And I'll be using, well, these skills are that the guy lists here. You know, I'm not gonna use anything much anything like it. Just my main thing, you know, essence drain and wither setup I'll use from this build. And he suggests to go like that. First here, grab these nodes, then when you get more points you grab these nodes. You go down here to acrobatics. I'm gonna try how good that works out. And then finally you complete the tree through here, down here, and then up here. And you all add 2 curses. I'm gonna try this because, you know, it weakens your enemies, and thus, you know, if they are weaker based on percentage, so it gets faster to kill them. So I'm gonna try that if that would be an improvement over this build. So really good stuff. So I guess thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, good. If you didn't find it useful, oh well. And the thing to use on a lightning warp, I don't think I have it here. You use less duration and faster casting. I guess that's the only options you can use. They're quite cheap. And I'm still leveling my empower skill. Oh, where is it? It's not here. Oh, come on, dude. Really? Oh, I still haven't taken it off my other character. Oh, that's such a fail. Oh no, it's here. Oh well, okay. Yeah, I still haven't, made too much progress with this empower. I think it's equivalent to leveling up. My contagion will soon be level 20. Well, soon, not too soon. But yeah, it's equivalent. Level 2 is equivalent to a level 20 skill, so no wonder it takes so long. But when it does complete, it will grant me at level 3, or I think it starts to activate. I don't know. Before that, empower. I think empower. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show off one more search. Let's see, gem. Empower. No level. Oh no, exalted. Actually, I don't even know how much it goes for, so. Yeah, it's expensive. 12 exalted. Dude. And the cheapest level 2 corrupted 10 chaos. Wow. I didn't buy mine. It was a drop. But yeah, little little piece of jam. Oh well. Yeah, so let's try searching for boots. Delete my previous search. I'll select. Oh, same chaos orbs. And like, I only have 8 right now, but I'll go for 20, I guess. 25. To find something good, you'll need to spend a lot. Level 81. I'll go energy shield. And actually, how to specify? I'd like to not show any armor based gear, but I guess either specifying that it requires intelligence, but nah, I don't know how to filter that out yet. So let's see what we got. Purely shield based with nothing of interest would be about 250, I guess, in this price range. So let's do, for example, life. Well, I guess 50. So based on life we get 200, still in a good price range. And if we wanted intelligence as well, and if you click right here, you can see all the gear with the highest intelligence. 25, 1 chaos orb, but it's a weak item. So if you go back and you type it here 50, you can then search all the best, energy shield items. So all the gear that is for sale. It was actually only 3 items. Yeah, but if there were more, so wow. Well, I guess you could say maximum 49 then. Energy shield is quite important actually. Even if the gear is not so great. So the next tier items, oh well, I guess I could specify it directly, like 150. Let's see what we get. Oh, I don't know. So you do it like this, you narrow it down more, and you know, since you can get most of your resistances on a helmet, you know, like tri-res, you know, you get 1 or 2 pieces of gear tri-res, you should be, you know, able to then be flexible about other pieces of gear. For example, I could search for a different belt, you know, drop the resistances and go for a really good stat just to maximize the gear. And also most of these items, you know, for example, somebody found it in a level 75 zone or somewhere close to that. So, you know, as you go into higher tier maps, you can get better gear, and it still requires like level 65, for example, here. It's still usable, you know, but higher tier item level items have better, not necessarily, you know, increased requirements, but better mods on it. So that's one important thing to note about, you know, farming these low level zones, you know, quote unquote low level, is not as beneficial as getting more progress into the game. So yeah, you know, if you wanted the pure resistance, oh, let's see, let's go 25. If you wanted the pure resistance boots, which I don't know, you just type in resistance, because if you search for this, it won't list items with separate resistances, and individual resistances are almost always, oh man, they're so expensive. So if we increase to an exalted orb, the price range should show more for results. So see, these items start to cost a lot of money, in-game currency, not real life money, to acquire. So they are quite, and the resistances are not even that high, you know. Oh, this one has a lot of lightning, but still, for the price, getting 40 orbs is quite takes a long time, and the item, yeah. So getting tri-res boots is on this level is well, you don't have the cash for it. And if you get into level 75, like for example I have it here, level 75 items, you know, for example this bow is 76, this is 75, 75, 75, 76. Can't remember where I got these. I joined somebody's session and just picked up items on random. But if you complete a recipe, a chaos orb recipe, you'll get a regal orb instead, because these items are level 75 and up. So yeah, getting further into the game, closer to level 100, is more beneficial than staying here and farming. So I hope you found that useful. You know, just rounding up all the tips I can in one big video. So I've tried running maps with my quote-unquote maxed gear, but it's still, you know, not enough. The shield goes down quickly on, you know, when you're surrounded, or you know, with the contagion and essence drain, the mobs still don't die, you know, that fast. They die en masse, you know, like one enemy spreads through contagion the damage to the next one and the next one. When they die, they all die at the same time. A lot, you know, like almost all of them can die if they feel your screen, but it takes a while for them to actually start dying off. So surviving that that period on this build is, you know, you need to remember to use this flask, I guess. And getting a saturated flask mod on this one would be really good, but I guess I have a lot of alteration orbs now. You know, like, yeah, I could try rolling. I wonder how long it would take. Let's see, I have item level 67. You know, it's a Surgeons of Grounding. Let's just try a few rolls on Ample Stone, Avenger Staunching, Dousing. Actually, I could try to augment these as well. Surgeons of Staunching. I don't know, Staunching is a good mod, I guess. I know how many Jade Flasks or whatever. I'll have to deal with it. It rolled exactly the same thing. Oh my god. Dousing, dousing. I don't need. Ample of Staunching. Perpetual. Craving. Really? Come on, game. Well, you get the idea. Ample. Maybe you can't even roll them. I don't know. I should try and check out the perpetual. Maybe they can't roll seething. Well, I guess I can also tell you that instead of using always this menu, you can use it for faster traveling, but if you hit left or right on your keyboard while the stash is open, you can cycle to your next stash tab easier, you know. So that also speeds things up. There's also this, you know, this site PoE mods. I've never used it before, but I've seen. Oh wow. I've seen someone else use it, but it doesn't have flasks. What? Oh. Maybe, what if I try to reset the filter? Well, it's always a good idea to, well, I guess. What was it, Jade? No. I mean, saturated. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't. It's not possible to roll that kind of mod on a jade flask. Would be really nice though. Trade in progress. Thank you very much. So let's see. Has a lot of life roll, and did it max out my gold? No? What? Oh man, what a fail. Wait. Oh, this is interesting. What? How did I miscalculate that? What happened?